Welcome to the Cougar Cast here at the Kokomo Post Sports. I'm your host, Jay Stevens, and this is a place to get all the information on what's going on inside the athletic department at IUK Kokomo. And joining us once again for today's show, it's my buddy. He is the Assistant Athletic Director for Communications at IUK Kokomo. It's Grant Patterson. Grant, welcome back on a hot day here in Kokomo.
Yeah, it's a hot day for sure. Good day to host some home events, a home event, and a good week to host some home events, Jay.
Speaking of hosting home events, you're hosting a home event for a volleyball team that just had an undefeated weekend during the IUK Invite.
Yeah, so just wrapped up the second annual IUK Kokomo Volleyball Invitational this past Saturday. It was a great weekend for our volleyball squad. Great weekend all around. Thought it was well ran by our athletic department staff, so shout out to all of those people who played a significant role. Really good job by our Cougars on the court. Came into the week number 10 in the nation. Took care of business Friday evening in 4 after like 12 days off. So you never know how you're going to come out after that long of a layover, that long of a off period. And a special shout out to graduate student Kaylee Lyons. She reached 3,000 career assists in that match against Campbellsville. So she is the first student athlete in program history to surpass 3,000 career assists. And she also now is the first athlete with 3,000 career assists and 2,000 career digs. So she's going to do nothing but raise those marks as her final year of eligibility goes on. But Saturday morning was our biggest match of the weekend against Receiving Votes Cumberland's, an undefeated 19-0 squad. And to be quite honest, our volleyball squad took them to the woodshed. It was a whooping from start to finish. They didn't look very I think they didn't look as good because of the way we played. We put them off of their game, and that's a credit to our volleyball coaching staff and Heather Hayes, Lori Elson, Audrey Talley, all the preparation. I know they've been bringing in fellow volleyball alumni besides Audrey to help work with them in practice. So this volleyball team, man, they've been fun to watch, and this week we have our first actual home match. Yes, we played on our home court, but we'll have our first home match this Tuesday, so it'll be nice.
So from your standpoint, as this is a new full-time role for you, what goes into hosting an event like the IUK Kokomo Invite?
Man, a lot of stress. That was arguably one of my considering I've sort of been in this role for the past couple of years, on and off, helping out at least, this has always been one of the tougher weekends. This is the second annual, so last weekend we had our ups and downs. Friday went super smoothly for us. It's a lot. You have to have double the stats coverage, double the stream, so you can't just stream off the wall. You have to set up your own camera, double the play-by-play, double the personnel at the scores table. It's a lot, and I wouldn't have been able to accomplish it without the help of our volleyball coach and athletic director, Heather Hayes, our right-hand man, Randy Fishman. He does a lot for us, and then, of course, our administrative assistant, Leanne Sammons. It's a lot. No doubt, but it's behind us, and now we move on, and we shouldn't have any other tournaments where we have multiple courts of action or fields of action of any sport this year. It should just be single games, and if there is a tournament like the River States Conference tournament, it would be one game at a time.
So for the future, we're both basketball fans.
Yeah.
Would it be possible, or is it even is there a conversation right now for IUK Kokomo to host an invitational type event for men's or women's basketball?
No sort of conversation that I'm aware of yet, but with what we've accomplished so far with this volleyball tournament, we've heard not much but good things coming from these coaches that have brought their squads here, and from outsiders who have come to just support their own kids on different university squads. We've heard nothing but good things, so I definitely think it would be on the table. I think we did a great job hosting the NCAA or NAIA opening round match last year against Morningside. I think we killed that, so I think it should be on the radar, but we've definitely not talked about it yet.
You know what we have talked about previously, we're going to talk about it again today, is a talented freshman at IUK Kokomo. Maya Grigsby won her third in her freshman season River States Conference Attacker of the Week award. You saw her this weekend. Not only what does it mean for her to get this award, but what does she do to get it this past weekend?
Man, now we're up to 3 awards in 5 weekends of play so far, and one of those weekends we had off. So she could have been 4 for 5 if we played 2 weekends ago. So it has been honestly astounding. It's a complete performance. I thought Heather said it best in her little note she sent me this weekend. It's just a complete weekend. Every time she goes out on the floor, she had 38 kills. I think she was in the 30s for digs. She passed a 2.1 on serve receive this weekend. And I thought that overall, it was just from start to finish on the weekend, you could tell that she was our best player on the court. And that's just uber impressive
Yeah.
from a freshman who has only been working out at the college level for probably 2 months, 2.5, 3 months, if you include summer workouts. So it's been awesome to watch Maya Grigsby's growth just from that first weekend at Indiana Wesleyan to this fourth or fifth weekend, just this past weekend. And now we start conference play this week. So it'll be awesome to see how she continues to climb up the leaderboard, I guess you would say, the stats board. But I think she should have been in contention for NAI National Player of the Week out this week. Definitely agree. I know Heather would agree with me, I should say. But I'll be interested to see who wins that, because I thought she should have been the front runner with how complete of a weekend she had.
From volleyball and the massive fun weekend they had, and also Maya winning another award, to soccer, who I believe has a couple matches this week.
Yeah, so this Wednesday, we kick off a 4-game homestand. Start this week. We have 2 matches this week with Indiana Wesleyan, a ranked squad from just down the road in Marion, Indiana. They'll come and visit us. And just a reminder before I go even further, that the rest of our soccer games this season will be played at Northwestern High School's baseball field. So pretty easy. Just Google Map or map on your iPhone, Northwestern High School, get an aerial view, and it's just right down the road. It's not hard to find. You've been there, Jay.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful turf facility. Shouldn't be any different for us from a streaming and a stats standpoint. You'll still get your stream and your stats if you can't be there. But yeah, we'll host Indiana Wesleyan, a ranked squad, tomorrow night. That is Wednesday. And then Friday, we'll welcome the University of Cincinnati Claremont to town to battle them, and I think is our final non-conference match of the 2024 season.
You know, I want to give a couple quick shout-outs really quickly. One to Michael Horstman, the AD at Northwestern, for allowing IUK Kokomo's soccer team to play there when their normal home stadium is not allowed. They're not able to play there currently. But also Michael Horstman's a really good AD. He does a lot of good work, allowing us to come there basically whenever we want to cover different events. Went there for a signing when the kids signed for to swim at Bethel. And I'm thinking,
yeah.
He's like, do whatever you want to. Like, you're fine. I was like, great. Michael, thanks for that. But also, we'll be at Northwestern this weekend. Looking forward to seeing everyone there on Friday. But we also got to see Julian Wallace last week. I ran into him before the football game at Taylor, and he's helping with the cross-country team there. And I know, I'm sure Josh Colvin and OU would love seeing former Cougars do things in the community to help out the athletes.
Yeah, it's awesome to see. I know we've had athletes volunteer their time to coach at local high schools throughout their season while they've been an athlete, and now to see him continue to do that after he's graduated from IUK Kokomo and giving back to the community and building into them, and honestly, in hopes that they end up becoming an IUK Kokomo Cougar at some point in their life. But real quick, Jay, I want to backtrack to Michael and his secretary, Christina. She's also the girls soccer coach out there. They've been uber dynamite and just taking care of us, making sure that we feel at home, because that is where we're going to spend the rest of the final 6 home matches of our season. So they've done a great job of making sure that we've had the proper things that we need in order to run things just as smoothly as we have at the stadium. So we wouldn't be in this position if it weren't for those two. So big thanks. You were right on the money there, Jay.
From volleyball to soccer, cross country was off last week, I believe, but they are back in action this week.
Yeah, big week for cross country. They'll take one of the longer road trips of the season. It may be the longest of the regular season. They'll head to Columbia, Missouri to run in the Larry Young Invitational. That is actually going to be hosted on the same meet that'll host the national championship meet this year.
Oh,
so
wow.
that's why they're going to head out there in the hopes that our teams or an individual or two will qualify for the NAI national meet. So then they'll have some experience on that course, and it should be a talented field from top to bottom, considering they're running on the national championship course. So it'll be, if nothing else, it'll be a great experience for them on a challenging course that they know is what they have to look forward to if they can succeed at River State's conference meet.
Does tennis have any home matches this week?
I believe tennis is on the road at Marion at Indiana Wesleyan for the ITA Midwest Regional. So if this isn't the last match of the fall, it is one of the last matches, and it's just it's a tournament. You're playing as an individual or as a doubles pairing, and it's the best of the best in the Midwest in the NAI. So they'll be stacked up against some stellar competition. This
weekend, I believe I got this correct, Grant, there is a basketball camp for men's basketball on campus at IUK. Coach Eric Eckelbarger, last time I ran into him was at a baseball game?
Yeah.
I think it was at a baseball game. And he always happy, always smiling, enjoys his job, enjoys coaching basketball. And Grant, we really haven't touched on it much here. Forgive me for that. But this is a great opportunity for athletes inside Kokomo to be coached by a college basketball coach.
Yeah, and I believe it's high school athletes. So as long as you're in grades 9 through 12, This is a chance for you to get some exposure in front of a high level coaching staff and a high level basketball team. I'm sure that they'll have some basketball players there in order to help run through drills and stuff like that. But we have the 3 members of our coaching staff are all extremely talented. That starts with Eric at the top. Like you said, man, he is always in a good mood, and except for when his team does something wrong in a game, and that's what a coach should do. But he seems to enjoy his job, and he's pretty good at his job. I will say that. So him, Traquan Spivey, Lennon Hardy, Lennon. First, we'll start with Trey. Trey's the all-time leading scorer in program history, so that should tell you all you need to know. He's a great guy to learn under and work under and hone your skills under, so that's a great opportunity to do that this Sunday at their elite camp. And then Lennon Hardy, he's a senior at IU Kokomo, been a student assistant. This is now his 4th year, so he's been here the whole time under Eric Eckelbarger, and I think that's really speaks to the character of Coach Eckelbarger to allow a student to learn under him and play as big a role as Lennon does. Lennon is a coach on our staff. He's not a student assistant to them or the players. He is a coach, and he coaches EG10. That's Eric Gordon's summer ball team.
Ooh.
He coaches, I think he coached the 17s last year, and they were had a great summer. So shout out to all 3 of them, though. They will run an extremely high-level elite camp, I should say, this Sunday, and it's definitely something that any high schooler in the area or not in the area, if you're looking to play at the next level, this is an elite camp centered. It's perfect for you.
I am a person that if I am watching sports and the team I am watching is a debacle and it's a team I can't stand, I will say I'm here for the chaos. And right now there are different teams out there in college that are a little chaotic in how they're running things and how things are going. I'm a big college football fan. Don't normally talk about that on this show, but there's a lot of college football fans that know what the chaos is like for their football program. Well, this is not a chaos where it's bad. This is chaos that's good, and it's Cougar chaos that's coming to IU Kokomo very soon.
Yeah, it's going to be something awesome. Trey Spivey, our assistant men's basketball coach, came to me last week with the idea of, I'm sure that they've been working on it a lot longer, but that was the first I've heard of it. And it's going to be an awesome Cougar chaos. You hear of Midnight Madness at Kentucky and IU, and they bring all the big-time recruits on campus. Well, we're going to do something similar. It's going to be during the day, 11 to 3 on September 28th, I believe. And it's going to be essentially an alumni day, but it's also going to feature some awesome stuff that I don't see why you wouldn't want to attend. It's completely free. We're going to have a slam dunk contest, 3-point contest. Should be scrimmages between alumni and current players, probably mixed in between on some of that. So it's going to be an awesome day, a chance to bring back those alumni that helped build both our men's and women's basketball programs into what they are now, and give back to them, feed into them, and thank them for all that they've done for us, but also get them back to this gym. Half of them probably haven't played in this gym. They probably played in Cougar Gym downtown, connected to Memorial Gym. So it'll be an awesome opportunity to bring them back to campus, see what we have going on now. And I'm sure these alumni are spread out not only across Indiana and the Midwest, but probably the U.S. as well. So they come and see what we have going on here nowadays, and they can spread that to those youth athletes and stuff that may benefit them in the future.
You know, I feel like this is a good recruiting tool, and I don't think this is the reason behind doing this.
Yeah.
But if you are an athlete, basketball player in just say Howard County specifically, and you hear about this event coming to IU Kokomo, and you just want to see what the alumni is like, it's a free event. It's a few hours. There's some exciting things going on. There's a scrimmage. You can also get a chance to see like what players are currently on the team, what former players say about being and playing at IU Kokomo. This could be a recruiting tool. And I don't know if this is the reason why, but as I'm thinking right now, if I'm a kid that's 15 years old, may want to stay local, want to play basketball in college, and you have the opportunity to, get out here on the 28th to watch the Cougar Chaos, as they're going to call it. I'm glad it's during the day. I mean, if it was later in the evening, people might not be playing. But I'm very glad that it's during the day. And also, this is a great opportunity for high school athletes, once again, to see what it's like to be a Cougar basketball player.
Yeah, and you won't be able to get on the court and play, but you will be able to see how your talent level stacks up. I mean, you have to pay normally to come into our home games, which it's not a steep price anyways. There's no reason why you shouldn't be coming to our home games. Both of our basketball squads, all of our sports for that matter, play at a high level. But it's an awesome opportunity to come and see that the relationships and the culture that our programs have, because the cultures on both sides are, I think, are only going to get better, and they're in a good spot right now. So it's an awesome opportunity for anybody in the community, whether that be an older person that wants to come watch some basketball before the season starts. They're missing their basketball fix because those Purdue Boilermakers went to the national championship last year. But hey, either way, it's no reason not to come out and watch the Cougar Chaos on September 28th.
I really wish Ahmad was here right now because he would be dunking on you with just for saying that statement because of what happened this past Saturday.
Yeah, that's football, though. We're talking about that.
That was bad. That was really bad. Grant, what are your last comments about anything going on this week at IU Kokomo?
My last comments are, for sure, soccer has been home for a while, but volleyball starts their home swing beginning this week, so there's no reason not to come out. I just said it, just spoke on it, but our teams compete at such a high level. Volleyball is ranked number 10 in the nation. Soccer was knocking on the door last year. They're only going to get better as they run into conference play this year. They've stacked their non-conference schedule to prepare themselves for this and prepare themselves for the NAIA tournament in years to come. Every single one of our sports, whether it be esports, cross country, tennis, women's golf, men's golf, basketballs, whatever sport that you know that IUK has, you may be surprised at the sports that we do have. First of all, check out IUKCougars.com and check out our schedule. Every single match and game is streamed for free on our website. Live stats if you're driving down the road and can't watch the game. So just no reason to come out and not to come out and support us. If you ever need to know anything, IUKCougars.com or the Kokomo Post, this podcast is the place to find it.
I appreciate Grant for coming on the show once again. If you're able to get out and watch these talented athletes perform, do it. Trust me, you'll enjoy every second of it. Grant, thanks for coming on. You're the Assistant Athletic Director for Communications at IU Kokomo, and this has been the Cougar Cast. We'll see you next time.